Hello and welcome to the Abort and Start walkthrough. In this video I will describe Abort and Start. I'll switch a process to a new process in the portal and describe the considerations for using Abort and Start. Let's start with the business case. Abort and Start addresses a case where a work item has been started in the incorrect process definition and it needs to be switched or moved to the correct process. For example, here I have a process. It has some data and also a document, a loan application. And upon further inspection of this process, we find that it has been started in the incorrect process definition. Well, we can use our Abort and Start feature to start a new process in the correct process definition, copy the data from the source process to the newly started process, and create a document reference to the documents that are in the source process. We then abort the source process and establish a link between the source process and the newly started process so that the relationship between the two is obvious. So let's switch to the portal and see this in action. So I've logged into the portal and I've activated an activity in the new business loans process. I have some data, a customer name, I have a tax ID, and I have a few documents. I have a business loan application, a tax return, and a driver's license. So let's take a closer look at this business loan application. Okay, this is not a business loan application. It's actually a request for a personal loan. We do have a process set up to handle personal loan applications. So what we need to do is move this from the new business loans to the new personal loans process. And the way we can do that is we can use Abort and Start. The Abort and Start option is in the drop-down menu for Abort. So if I click the arrow, I get the menu option. If I click Abort Process and Start, I'll get the Abort Process and Start dialog. Here I need to first select a process. This is for the process to be started, and we want this to be new personal loans. The list of processes here are all the processes that the logged in user can start. This is of course controlled by manual triggers in the model. So select new personal loans. I can enter a link comment. This is completely optional. But I'll go ahead and enter one anyway. And I will click OK to abort the business loan process and start a new personal loan. Okay, I get an informational message saying that my new business loan was aborted and that my new personal loan was started. Also, it asked me if I would like to view the spawned activities. Yes, I do. So yes, so I get a work list here. From here I can click process details, and this will take me to the process details for the newly started process. So Abort and Start creates a link between the two affected processes. So if I click the heading linked processes, you'll see there's a table here that gives you the information about the link. You can see our source process. You can see some information about its descriptors, its status is aborted. The switch to tells you basically that this was the aborted process, the source process, and it was switched to our current process, which is the new personal loans. The link type, the link create time tells you when, of course, when the link was created, who created it, and then the comment for the link is available here. If you mouse over, you'll get some additional, you can see the entire thing. If you click the link on the process name, it will open process details for the source document. I'm sorry, not the source process. If we click link processes for the source, you can see we have also have a link here, in that this is here it actually shows the process that was created. You can see that its descriptors, and you can see that it is active. The link type is a bit different. It says switched from. So this process was switched from our current process, which is new business loans. And again, the same information of link create time, link create user, and the same link comment. So let's close the process details for our source process and return back to process details for the newly created process and view the process history. You'll see that the new process loans that we just created is a root process. You can see that the descriptors came over. Then also, if we click documents, we can see that the documents came over as well. The tax return and the driver's license came over as specific documents because those documents data existed in the target process. The loan application came over as a process attachment, and we can reclassify that just by simply dragging and dropping to the personal loan. And now we're ready to process this request. So some considerations for working with Abort and Start. The started or target process is started in the same model version as the source process. So keep this in mind if you're working with processes that were started in earlier deployments of a model. The source process must be a root process. So this is not allowed for sub-processes. It must be a root. We've introduced a new permission, an Abort and Start permission that is required. Also, in order to use Abort and Start, you will need the same Abort declarative security that you would need if you were performing the straightforward Abort. Also, you'll need the manual trigger on your target process in order to start the process. Abort and Start is not allowed for cases. Cases are discussed in more detail in the case walkthrough video. This concludes the Abort and Start walkthrough.